About to go live here on Wall Street Sizing Up. We are live. Welcome to Wall Street Sizing Up. You have found the right channel if you're looking for stock market news today. That's what we're delivering. Look, I really don't do this for you guys. I do it more for me to catch up on the news through all the newsletters that I read. But if you find value in it, that's why I'm here as well, right? And I hope you do. So my name is Mark. I'm going to guide you through. We got a lot of news today. It's Friday. It's colder than hell down here in Dallas. I think we're supposed to get down to like 1 degree on like Monday. It's freaking ridiculous. Anyway, let's get to work. Let's go to the markets. Get my ugly mug off the screen. Dow up 27. Nasdaq. These all rallied towards the end of the day. Dow up 27. Nasdaq up 69, and S&P up 18. Big winner today was Wanoon Net Technology Company Limited. Restaurants up 102. ARTL, recognize that. Artello Biosciences. I don't recognize any other. What's IO? Oil and gas. We can see. Let's see what's trending on stock twits. CCIV was up. QS was up big today, 22%. Most active. Wow. Sundial Growers was down. SNDL was down. So, all right, let's get to it. Top 5 analyst upgrades today were Yeti, upgraded to buy from neutral at Citi. They expect 15 to 17% sales growth. News Corp, NWSA, was upgraded to overweight from underweight at Morgan Stanley. I'm going to say this wrong. Albemarle, upgraded to buy from neutral at Citi, turning bullish on lithium due to electronic vehicle momentums. I know that's a materials company. I don't know if it's a mining. I would say that it is, the way that the analysts approached it here. All right. Number 4 is SQM. Ticker is SQM. Upgraded to buy from neutral at Citi. Says he expects momentum continued in several lithium projects. Now, I believe they're in fertilizers too. That's kind of their big business. TransUnion, TRU, upgraded to buy from a hold at Jefferies. Top 5 downgrades. Some of these are pretty interesting. One was very interesting to me. ANLY downgraded to neutral at Citi. Iridium. We are long Iridium. Apparently, people aren't seeing it. But here's what they say. IRDM, double downgrades to underweight from overweight at Barclays, I believe JP Morgan. The analyst that was talking here is saying that the stock price has run above fundamentals. Haven't all stocks run above fundamentals? I mean, give me a break. So anyway, Amicus, I believe that's biotech, FOLD. Yeah, we are long them. Downgraded to neutral from overweight at JP Morgan. Williams Sonoma, WSM, a retail stock downgraded to perform from outperform. And Axion, downgraded to neutral from overweight at JP Morgan. Let's talk about Disney. Look, I'm giving you news that CNBC doesn't, in really, really bite-sized bits, but we are going to talk. There's some crossover, but I get to the cool stuff. Disney reported $16.2 billion in revenue for Q4, less than its revenue for the same period the previous year. Here's the subscribers. Disney is now at 95 million. Its Hulu is at 39.4, and its ESPN Plus is at 12 million subscribers, right? So you compare that to, you know who, Netflix at I believe at 214 million. Toyota announced it will launch 3 new electrical vehicles in the U.S. market. 2 of the models will be electric, and the third will be hybrid. They came out with that today. The Biden administration announced today that 25,000 Mexicans who sought asylum in the U.S. under the Trump administration will be allowed into the country and processed over the next few months. I'm just glad it's not 250,000. Pelosi, here we go, revealed that a federal $15 minimum wage will be included in the nearly $2 trillion COVID-19 stimulus bill sent to the Senate. The Congressional Budget Office analysis, we talked about this yesterday, of the potential minimum wage hike found that increasing increasing the minimum wage to $15 could lift 900,000 people out of poverty. That's all great and good until you lose 1.5 million jobs lost, including all of those jobs that, to me, some of this doesn't make sense. I get that 27 million people are going to get raises again. The way that I would couch it is, if you're under 18 and it's part-time work, you shouldn't get paid $15 an hour, period. It's not, right? I mean, if you're 16 years old, that's for drinking weed and, you get some gas in your car, for the most part. I'm not stroking here with a broad brush. Let's get on to little SpaceX. So NASA has awarded SpaceX a $331 million contract to take the first two components of the Gateway space system into space. The Gateway space station will orbit the moon as part of NASA's Artemis program. SpaceX Heavy Falcon will carry the power and propulsion element of PPE and the Habitation and Logistics Outpost, HALO. This is what I didn't... Well, I guess I can see it. The program aims to establish a permanent human presence in space. So there's always going to be humans orbiting the moon, is the way that I read that. It plans to send a man and woman to the moon by 2024. The space agency aims to set up Gateway Space Station as a permanent lunar habitat. Astronauts will be able to dock and be transported to the moon via a lunar lander. Pretty cool. Let's talk about Walmart's subscription program. Pretty interesting news here. Walmart Plus has gained 8.2 million subscribers since its launch, according to CIRP. The plan, the subscription plan, was launched in September of last year, 2020, as compared to Amazon Prime. Now, it only runs $98 per year. I believe Amazon's $120. Another research firm reported that Walmart subscribers had crossed more than 12 million in comparison. So somewhere between 8 million and 12 million users are on Walmart Plus. But here's the deal. Amazon Prime, we know, has over 100 million US subscribers. But here's the thing. The report added that 19% of those subscribers of Walmart moved from Amazon. I thought that was a very interesting stat. That's very telling. I'm not sure if that's because of the price, or if they're in smaller towns, or if it's quicker. I'm not sure. A group of Amazon investors who hold a collective 20 billion in company shares, that's quite a few, have asked the company to stop interfering in the Alabama unionization vote. Ballots went out this week to 5,800 Amazon workers in the city in Bessemer, Alabama. They will decide whether they want to form the first ever Amazon union. Apparently these guys want them to back off. Pretty sure they're probably Democrats. CNBC reports that internal pressure is building for big banks to begin moving reserves into Bitcoin. I thought this was very, very telling of the times. During a town hall with traders and salespeople from JP Morgan Chase, head of global markets Troy Roba was asked by numerous employees about the bank's reluctance to get involved despite apparent demand. Goldman Sachs is rumored to have faced similar pressure from their employees and clients during a private virtual event the company hosted with Mike Novogratz of Galaxy Digital, right? That guy owns like 17,000 Bitcoin. Bitcoin did hit a high earlier this morning. It's at 48.2. I believe it's come off its high and is now at 47, if I'm correct. Should come up here in just a second. Oh no, it's back up to 48. So it's bouncing around there. MasterCard, Tesla, and BNY Mellon have recently announced they will be supporting or holding Bitcoin. Now let's talk about Tesla. Elon Musk appeared on Joe Rogan Experience yesterday. Musk told Rogan he wants to check this out. He wants the Tesla Roadster. So if you didn't watch it, it's pretty cool. Will be released next year, 2022. He's been considering using rocket thrusters to make the Roadster hover. The issue is safety implications of the rockets and it hovering when it comes to, safety, if you would. He said that Austin, Texas would be the biggest boom town in the U.S. or that the U.S. has had in the last 50 years. He said he also announced the Cybertruck would also be produced in Austin, which he said before. Also, Elon Musk will most likely receive 3 additional. No, he didn't say this on the podcast, but he's going to receive 3 additional option grants worth $18.6 billion. So he'll literally be worth over close to $220 billion. Wow. 31-year-old Whitney Wolfe Herd, congratulations to her and Bumble. She is now officially a self-made billionaire. The founder and CEO of Bumble saw her wealth rise dramatically after Bumble debuted on the stock market exchange, with shares rising more than 70% on the first day of trading. Of the 500 wealthiest people in the world, self-made women account for less than 5%. So congratulations to her. I know she's got a new baby. And congratulations to all the Bumble employees out there. I hope your dreams come true. It sounds like they are. JP Morgan, so let's get back into Bitcoin again, right? JP Morgan will offer Bitcoin trading if there's client demand, says the COO. COO Daniel Pinto has said that the banking giant will support Bitcoin trading if there's client demand for it. But he goes on to say, if over time an asset class develops that is going to be used by different asset managers and investors, we will be involved. Then he goes on to say, the demand isn't there yet. But I'm sure it will be at some point. So they're going to, JP Morgan starts trading Bitcoin, BTC, any cryptocurrency. I'm not saying that we have hit peak, but we have seriously hit the network effect for sure. Google Fi VPN is coming to iPhone soon. Just want to let you know that. It's available to subscribers of the Google Fi network. VPNs are services that give users a private connection while using open internet, ensuring the traffic's encryption. Basically, VPNs are pipes within pipes, right? That's it. A decent VPN that locks out everybody else. It's just you and the node you're communicating with. A decent VPN usually costs money, but Google's offering Google Fi VPN to its customers for free. The service is coming to iPhone in the spring, so very, very soon. Taiwan Semiconductor and Apple are secretly developing advanced display technology for future AR devices. I think we reported that yesterday. South Korean movie chains got a little idea here. They have begun renting out screens to gamers. The chain called CGV came up with the idea as a way to bring in revenue as it deals with the effects of the pandemic. It costs $90 to hire the screen for 2 hours before 6 p.m. and $135 thereafter. They're charging way too little. You need to increase that. Hell, you could probably rent that for $500. That's a good idea. I hope you're listening, Cinemark. Is inflation coming? We all know it is, but let me just talk about it. Markets are now beginning to price in the possibility that meaningful inflation returns to the U.S. economy. The 10-year break-even inflation rate, which is essentially a market measure of future inflation expectations based on U.S. Treasury yields, has been rising ever since March of last year, when the expectations plummeted at the start of the pandemic. Higher inflation is much more likely to trigger some more dramatic moves in the stock market or the housing sector. If the Federal Reserve decides to raise interest rates to combat inflation, that's when you will be affected as an individual, right? Clearly, if you're an investor in the stock market, you'll be affected then. Have you heard about Microsoft in Australia? It's really about Google paying content creators and publishers, right? So Microsoft President Brad Smith weighed in on this, said the U.S. should follow Australia's recent efforts and make tech platforms pay for news content they carry. Easy stance to take when your search engine is like, Bing. It doesn't get 5 billion hits a freaking day. Not that I'm pro Google. I'm just saying it's a lot easier to say that when you're Bing. Australia's proposed law would require tech companies to negotiate fees with publishers, head to arbitration if they can't, and be more transparent about how their algorithms surface content. Totally agree with that. Here's the argument, right? Australia's law sets a dangerous precedent for the free flow of information and could put platforms on the hook for billions. Plus, both companies are already paying some publishers for content. Google has promised $1 billion over 3 years. I think I agree with Brad Smith on this, right? I mean, at some point, Google's going to have to pay. You can't just pull the crap up and it be free. That's why New York Times, that's why all of these large publications have gone to paywalls in the first place, right? So Google pays, paywalls come down. Google doesn't pay, paywalls stay up. That's the way it's going to work. Finally, Public. So if you haven't used Public, it's like the Irish stock app, right? It's real social. It's called Public. It's a New York-based stock trading app with a social media kind of content to it. It's seeking to raise 1.2 billion valuation, or it's seeking to raise at a $1.2 billion valuation. And Tiger Global is expected to be leading that round. So that will do it, guys. I know it's cold where you are because it's cold down here in Dallas. It's literally like 27 degrees, but it's supposed to hit like 1. I know there's a lot of you got worse off than we do, but this is like the worst in 30 years for us. For like the next 7 days, we're under freezing, going down to 1 or 7. We got snow. So stay warm, stay safe. Hey, watch your 6, and you go hard in the paint. And cheers, guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you.